Oh, wow. Look at this, folks. People.
Get a big guest on.
We got a big guest on, Mike. If you're welcome to stick around if you like.
I'll say hi, and then I'll probably
And
head out.
this is someone also, another first timer on the Glairer, folks. Another first timer. And she goes by the name of Andrea Burkhart.
What's up,
Hi,
Mike?
Andrea.
What's up,
Hello.
Yeah. Thank you so much for jumping on, man. This is
my pleasure.
honor, and I'm so glad you're here too. This has been a banger so far, man. We've raised over $3,000 already.
Sweet.
In the last 5 hours. So far, it's been good, though. I mean, we had David Yannetti on here earlier.
I saw you had David. He had some extremely nice things to say about Aidan and his advocacy. Nice to see the doctor getting his respect.
Yeah, man. That's why we're here. That's why we're here. I got to tell you, though, Andrea, I was scared out of my mind. Like, and it's so weird. I met the guy half a dozen times probably, and you know, he's really like it was very natural, very cool. And him coming on here for some reason, I was like, oh,
no pressure, nothing.
And I'm so glad you joined us. That was one of the main reasons why I sent the invite to you, because I remember having such a good conversation with you on Nick's channel, because he was doing his own fundraiser. And he was kind enough to invite me on, and we had a great conversation with Bob Mata as well, and Kurt from Uncivil Law, and we had a great conversation about free speech and how important it was. At the end of the day, that's exactly why we're here. We're here for Aidan, of course, but Aidan is just basically a soldier at the front lines for us all in free speech right now, and you know, supporting him supports us all. And at the end of the day too, besides all that, do you want Aidan to go to, do you want to never see a Turtle Boy live stream again because he went to jail? Like, this is how you keep him out of jail, so you keep Turtle Boy articles coming and Turtle Boy live streams coming. You support. That's how you do it. Yeah. So that's why we're here.
And one of the things that David said that I really appreciated, because it's an evergreen problem, is the problem of how much it costs to defend yourself in the legal system, and just what a barrier it is in our justice system to actually, you know, get justice in a case. Yeah, if you got the resources, maybe you can sort it out. And so it was very much a blessing for Karen Reed to be able to get that mobilization, that interest, and that support to help her get where we were today. If they didn't have Dr. Russell and the Crash Daddies and the Richard Greens, and I mean, he didn't testify the last one, but all of this expertise that was needed for them to be able to build that case, we could very well have been looking at a completely different trial and a very different outcome. So it's just it's an unfortunate, it's really an indictment of the system from my perspective, that it requires that kind of reaching into our own pockets to help get the right outcome in a court process. But just unfortunately, that's where we are right now. It gives me confidence, heartwarming to me, if you will, to see people willing to do that, to support a cause that they care so much about.
I agree 100%. What do you think, Mike?
I think it's important. Like I feel like I'm repeating myself, but I'll say it again. Free speech isn't free. It costs money. It's easy to fold and say, you know, whatever, I'm being sued. I know how much it costs. Aidan, he's got 2 lawyers. He's got a legal team behind him, even paralegals, even the cost of the printing, the witnesses, the subpoenas, all this stuff. Like it just goes on and on and on. And you don't know how much this stuff costs until you're the one getting the bill. And I've experienced it myself. And like I said, it's not free. And so if people can step up, it really makes a big difference. I want to thank everyone who has stepped up for Aidan. So we really need to win this. We need to win it for Aidan as a person, as a journalist, and especially for everybody else as well. It means a lot. I know people question, oh, we give it again. That's all you ask. And we wouldn't be asking if it wasn't important. I wouldn't be spending my 3 hours today doing this if I didn't feel it was as important. Blair's doing 12 hours today. So yeah. Please support if you can.
The way to stop this is to stop this precedent from being set. And the way to do that is to support Aidan so he could beat these charges and let this extremely corrupt local government know that it's your Commonwealth. You are the Commonwealth. not specially appointed prosecutor Robert Cosgrove, not Ken Mello, not Hank Brennan. You guys are the Commonwealth. This is probably one of the most important fights that you'll ever fight as local Massachusettsans.
We say, I think a lot of, we call it like Bay Staters a lot. I don't even know.
Oh, you Bay Stater.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, I was pretty
funny.
impressed that Ken Mello managed to get himself disqualified as a special prosecutor. Like that takes some talent. Okay. Like you have to really try to pull that one off.
I am so glad you're here to talk about that, Andrea. I am really glad because I'm dying to hear your thoughts about where Aidan's case is now and what you predict and what you expect.
The thing that I find just the most remarkable about Aidan's case and what I've kind of learned about the Massachusetts criminal process in general is how there doesn't seem to be any such thing as a speedy trial. And it doesn't matter. It goes on and on and on. That's why we have to keep having these fundraisers and having to keep raise the money because the case won't freaking come to an end. And when you have to go back to court over and over and over again to litigate stuff that you shouldn't have to litigate, like discovery that should have been turned over a year ago, still can't get the prosecutor to hand over. That's what consumes all of the resources. And it reaches a point where I almost wonder if that is the point, if it's just if it's an attrition kind of strategy, bleed them dry until they run out and lose the will to fight.
That's what
that's why we got to keep donating. Because we can't let it get to that. I mean, that's I agree 100%. They want us
my biggest hope for
Aidan's only got as much fight as we do. Sorry.
Exactly.
My biggest hope for Aidan is just that he can get some kind of resolution soon. I mean, let's get this thing over with. When you are facing a criminal charge and it is hanging over your head, you are in this limbo state. You're subject to these conditions and to the supervision of the court. You don't know, you can't plan for your future because you don't necessarily know what your long-term outcome is going to be. This is an extremely stressful position to be in. It's an extremely damaging position to be in. And so the fact that Massachusetts has kind of found this way to be able to drag that out and increase that punitive type of aspect of just going through the process at all is so deeply alarming to me. The old saying is justice delayed is justice denied. We've seen it so many times. My heart goes out to Aidan and what he's been going through from just having to endure this for so long. I wasn't following Karen Read's case from the beginning at all. It came on my radar pretty late in the day. I can still remember Aidan had already just gotten arrested at that point when I had learned about the Karen Read trial. I think about that now and it seems like a lifetime ago. For him to have to be living that and dealing with that personally, it's just a travesty.
How long has it been? Over 2.5 years, I bet, right?
No.
When was that? December of 2023?
You mean Aidan's case?
Yeah. Since he got arrested.
Well,
he went to jail.
When he was jailed, it was in December. It was at the end of December 2023.
Christmas 2023.
Yeah. Crazy. Absolutely crazy.
And we're still here.
Yeah. So now we're going to get a whole new set of delays because of this Ken Mello disqualification, right? They're going to have to replace the prosecutor. A new prosecutor is going to have to get up to speed. And for something that is so ridiculously foreseeable, that's really the most obnoxious part of that whole motion and disqualification to me is how completely predictable and obvious this problem was. It is rule number 1 that you don't be a witness in your own proceeding. This is why criminal defense attorneys hire investigators. This is why you have investigators, so that if I need to interview a witness, I can have my investigator sitting there with me at the table. And then my investigator can be a witness if there's some dispute that comes up at trial about what was said and we need to impeach them or something like that. It's not just me sitting there with the only independent memory of what was going on. Prosecution, they have law enforcement at their disposal. So this should just be absolutely not even a thought. Just extremely careless and sloppy. He should have known at the time that he was appointed that this was likely to be an issue. And so that's what's so aggravating to me is the fact that Once again, it necessitated a defense motion, defense resources, defense money to do what should have been obvious from the start.
Ken Mello was at one point was saying, I'm a special prosecutor, and basically the DA doesn't have say over how I prosecute this case. But the other side to that coin is the DA isn't accountable for whatever he does in this case. So basically it gives you the indication that he's hired to basically be a gun, like, hey, let a dog off a leash and go do it. Just get this done. Get this guy out of my face. Get this guy, make him no longer a problem for me.
Oh, it's exactly what we saw with Hank Brennan. Okay. Hank Brennan, I'm sorry. They knew, Michael Morrissey knew exactly what he was getting with that guy. That was on purpose. That is what he wanted. Okay. It's just become increasingly clear to me as I've looked more into Mr. Brennan's background. I've read some of his testimony, the cross-examinations that he did from the Whitey Bulger trial. The man has not changed one bit. Like, he's always been that guy. And I think you're exactly right. It's a way for them to have some cover, to be able to wink, wink, nudge, nudge. No, he's not directly calling the shots about how the special prosecutor is going to act, but he's paying the bill of the special prosecutor. So, you better do it the way he likes, or he's, gonna find a way to get you replaced. A scary system, that whole special prosecutor system.
Only picking people that he knows, like you said, like he knew who Hank Brennan was. He knew
100%.
He knows exactly who these guys are, and knows that they'll do whatever Morrissey wants without it coming back to Morrissey. It's just it's crazy.
Have you ever seen the actual arrest of Turtle Boy?
No, I haven't seen it.
Are you gonna play it?
I'll play it right now.
When I first heard about the Turtle Boy saga and so forth, I had a million questions. I wanted, who's this guy? What does he do? And what's this Turtle Boy thing mean anyway? So I went and kind of looked that up, and I found, it's because there's this statue of a turtle with a boy in the town where he lives, which you're going to have to help me with the pronunciation, Mike. Is it Worcester, Massachusetts? Worcester, Massachusetts.
It's Worcester.
And so I thought, oh, wow, that actually caught my attention, because I've heard of Worcester, Massachusetts before. And where have I heard of it before? It's where Isaiah Thomas, a famous Revolutionary War journalist, relocated his press. The Boston area had been like the center of the American press back in the Revolutionary days. And so that was a target for the British during the early stages of the Revolutionary War. They wanted to shut down those printing presses because they were, a huge source of information, but also morale builders for the colonial revolutionaries. And so Isaiah Thomas took his printing press throughout the Revolutionary War. He's credited with being one of the strongest moral supports of the war. I found it kind of ironic that here we are all of these years later, we're still playing the same story. The tyrant is trying to shut down the presses, and you got one guy in Worcester that is leading the journalistic charge to make sure that people stay informed about what's going on.
And then, he said, fugitive unit.
Yeah,
like they went so far beyond. Yeah, this is my trigger warning. I'm probably gonna drop off here. I gotta hit the bathroom and feed my dog. But this pisses me off. I can't imagine what Aidan, when he watches this, because I guarantee he watches it all the time.
Are you jumping off, Mike? Or
yeah, I do have to jump off. I gotta feed the dog.
I want to give you a proper goodbye before I bring it on. So
yeah. I'll watch it by myself. I think that's better for me than watching it on screen. I just get it gets me mad.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's good to see you, Mike. Always a pleasure.
Thank you for having me.
All right, Mike. Thank you, and thanks for pretty much co-hosting with me for a while there, man.
Yeah,
that was fun.
I loved it. That was fun.
I
need it. I appreciate that, and I needed it. I want to thank you, Galera, for doing this today.
Yeah, man. Right on. Yeah, like let's do something in the future.
Definitely.
I'd like that.
Thank you so much.
All right, man.
Thank you. And thank you everyone for contributing. Keep donating to Aidan Carney Defense Fund. Please, please, please. Thank you, Andrea. Thank you, Galera, and thank you, Yannetti. And I saw Auntie Deb earlier. I'm very thankful for everybody doing this. It needs to happen.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you. Have a great night.
Bud. You too. Yo, Mike Crawford, everybody. Home.
This is right. He's got a next stop, right? Yeah, next one. Yeah, his kids are right here. Yeah, no way. That's the street. We could just tuck right here.
Who is Darth Vader with the voice?
Yeah.
So detectives Brian Tully is one of them.
Okay.
So this is not a uniform situation.
Yeah.
So, my man, how you doing? Here for a second. Come here for a second. You got a warrant. For what? You got multiple arrest warrants.
For what?
You have to talk to Norfolk about it. We'll just. Yeah, you got it in a minute. We'll take care of it in a minute. Yeah. You have 9 arrest warrants. You're going to talk to the Norfolk detectives, not us. We're just helping them out, then we'll leave them. They know more about it than me, dude. I don't know anything about it.
Am I going to Holden barracks?
Yep.
So we're going to bring you to Holden for a quick booking, and then you go to Stoughton District.
Today, this morning.
Yes.
Can I please close the garage? Yeah, we'll take care. Just act like a gentleman. We'll continue like a gentleman.
So we have a couple search warrants too.
Search warrant? He's okay? He's okay?
Else in the house? Well, hold on. We can talk to this man. Look for you. You have the right to remain silent. You choose to speak. Anything you say can be used against you. Against you in court. You have the right to consult with a lawyer before answering any questions. If you can have him or her with you during questioning. If you cannot afford a lawyer or want one, a lawyer will be provided you by the Commonwealth before questioning at no cost to you. You may answer questions now and waive.
It's okay.
That means you give up.
I get it.
Let me finish this. And your right to counsel and have a right to remain silent. If you decide to talk to me, you still have the right to stop at any time for any reason. You understand the right to vote. Okay.
Yeah, I'll get you everything.
Yep. What was the charge? Intimidation of a witness.
Which witness?
So all the things regarding Karen Reed. So in the caves.
Is there any way that you can do something so he
Nagel.
can't blog about me?
Like the
Taking a
rest of the
witness.
witnesses, Jen does not claim that I physically threatened her. Instead, she says she experienced emotional harm. Massachusetts is
Just
the
take a
only
left down
state where the
Piccadilly.
witness intimidation statute includes a provision for emotional harm.
Correct. We're gonna get out of the road here. So
We don't want to create a scene.
So why don't we walk up to your stairs just without too much. Why don't we just go make Let's do that.
Don't want to create a scene. It's late for that, isn't it?
Yes.
He said no. Just that's his. You're gonna go in. Just stay with him. I didn't want Brian to stay with him alone.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah, he's by himself with them. All right.
So, all right.
How many cops did that take? How many did that take?
Right.
Ridiculous.
Unreal. And then there's another one. What they did was they stalked his kid's bus stop.
How low? How
right,
low? Disgusting.
They followed the kid's bus and then like they waited for him. That's why he does these things called bus stop live now. So that he can be live.
Go in code for this bullshit.
Blah, blah, blah.
There are 7 counts of that. Several picketing witness. And
Picketing witness, that's a separate charge.
yes,
You can't protest against someone with misconduct.
yeah. I gotta show them the search warrant. Okay, so you can put it in the back of the car. I'm just gonna grab my search warrant out of the car.
Am I gonna get back in the house?
No. So if there's anything you
Well, I
need,
need to like lock up.
we'll lock up before we leave.
I don't trust you.
What are you, I'm just gonna show him the search warrant. Okay. So who's got it in here? I do in my car.
Yeah, I want to see it.
Search.
Oh, mechanics here.
Do it again. All right. Yep. So you check them out. Spread your feet for me. Spread your feet for me. Your phone.
Yep. So I see the thing was called. Pick on my mother.
No.
No.
Good?
Yep.
So leave them without the seatbelt for now.
Okay.
No electronics.
Cell phone's right there.
Leave right there.
I'm having trouble breathing. But go ahead. Let me see.
Good. You want to step out for a minute?
Yeah, I'm having trouble breathing.
You want me to roll down the window for you? Okay.
Do you need an ambulance?
No.
Do you need an ambulance? They're such nice guys.
Asshole. What an asshole.
They're so nice, aren't they?
Body cameras on and your documents with you.
When can I be out to get my kids off the bus?
If we get the scope, and depending on the bail situation,
How much do bail?
I have no idea. The second search warrant here is for the residents.
Yep.
And it's the same list.
What's the date of the infractions?
There's various dates. They're on the warrant. And the picketing charge is the date.
I love that Aiden's just not stupid. You know, he knows what to
Everybody
ask.
else that participated in that
Yeah.
getting arrested. There's hundreds of people. Okay, and we can't peacefully protest.
You can beat this back at the barracks. Just serve it and let's go. The last one is for any mobile devices. So like the phone numbers in the pocket.
Yeah.
We're going to seize that under the search warrant here. And then any other phones that are in the house. Or,
Can I show you where the phone is?
yeah, that'd be great. There's another phone inside here?
Yep.
Okay. And then you said your wallet's in here?
The wallet's in the car. It should be in the car.
Okay. So why don't we walk in and make sure you get your wallet? We'll see where that other cell phone is. And then is there anything else you need? Any medications or anything you'll need for the next couple hours? Okay. You'll need medication for the next couple hours, you think?
Yeah, I'm supposed to call my doctor too.
Okay. All right. Well, let's go. Let's grab the wallet and then grab that other cell phone.
Okay.
You said this is unlocked? And then the other cell phone?
I'll show you.
Okay. Is there anything dangerous or no need to worry about?
Judge, you want me to come or?
Yeah, just leave that.
Okay.
I don't want to take all the stuff and your kids and your wife. So what I don't want to take is digital stuff that's associated with that. Are there any laptops or anything that is specifically like your kids or your wife's?
Yeah, all of it except for mine. I only use mine.
And where's your stuff?
Right there on the table.
This one? Okay. And is that kind of your studio downstairs too?
Yeah, it just doesn't matter.
Okay. But it's this actually. Okay. The medication, you need medication for the next,
It's in my car.
you think you'll need it in the next 6 hours or so? Okay. What?
Oh, you said you didn't know about bail.
The medication, yeah, if he
Yeah,
requires it.
this is just
So,
crazy.
Get your
next-
frickin'
so
meds.
Your vehicle?
Yeah.
Right in your vehicle.
It's in
The
my
one in the garage, correct?
That's right.
Okay.
Okay. Let's go down there and we'll grab it.
You need anything else up here? Any phone? We got the one phone, that's it, right? You just need medication, that's
I'm
it?
just trying to think of shit I need to turn off in here. Is that door locked? Let's try to turn the handle, see if it opens.
It's locked.
What the front door? Just the door handle on it. I have to piss for whatever that's worth. Can I pee at the barracks?
Yes.
I can't put contacts in.
We can suffice for now.
All right.
Yeah. Ready?
You good? I'm good. And
Okay.
then, so it's those 2 doors, and then if we just hit the garage door on the way out, that'll lock it
To
up.
close it,
Yeah, when we close it.
and then you'll have to go through the middle door in the garage and make sure that handle's locked.
Okay.
Then how are you gonna get back in?
No, I'm saying when we leave.
Okay, so what are you're searching for? You just want my devices, right?
Correct.
So you got them.
Okay. Yeah.
That's it. Is there there's nothing else that you're looking for?
Everything that's on that search warrant.
I didn't even. Can I say it one more time? I want to see everything that's on that search warrant.
Yeah, dude.
Is the probable cause?
They're
still
right
there?
there.
No, this is just the actual
Right.
warrant. The affidavit is at court. Will be returned to the court.
I want to
So
know
this is-
exactly what that search warrant says.
Mm-hmm.
So when you take my phone, do you have a warrant to go through Facebook messages?
If the data is held on the phone,
But I can log into any account I want on my phone. You can log into an account, you can log out of an account.
so I cannot log in using your phone to
If I'm,
the cloud
if I'm
service.
logged into an account right now, can you go through those messages? There's private
No.
messages on there.
No, if the data is held within the phone, so phones will save those messages.
Are you gonna read my private text messages?
If they're subject to the search warrant, yes.
So like between me and unrelated parties in a Karen Reed case, like if I'm messaging somebody, something
Yep,
private.
they are.
Unreal.
We can chat about that.
But how will you know it's
Yeah,
not?
here,
Like
let's
how do you know which messages you can read, which
go ahead and give me your thoughts on that right there, because that's
Oh, this is an issue that I've litigated. I've lost because we live in a police state now, and it's not a criminal justice system. It's just a tool to produce convictions against people. The U.S. Constitution has requirements on warrants and searches that they be particularized, that they be specific and particularized. So we have long had prohibitions against general searches because of back in the days when the British troops would come into your house and they would toss through everything and they would look for anything at all that they felt like would be helpful in incriminating you or making you look like a bad person or whatever. And so the founders were quite sensitive to that and required that if law enforcement is going to go into your private stuff, they have to know what they are looking for, where to find it, and limit themselves to that. So now we enter into the cell phone era, and they use extraction tools like, of course, Celebrite. We all heard about Celebrite. It's the most common one. So what Celebrite does is, we heard some about at the trial. They go through and they extract everything out of the phone. Okay. Not just the stuff that they're looking for in the search warrant. They extract absolutely everything out of the phone. And then it goes through and it organizes it in different ways. And you can create all kinds of different reports and things like that. And where it leaves you is a situation where you still have to have human eyes going through that phone to look out, find the piece of information that they're looking for that's going to be helpful for actually making their case. But of course, they're going to look through everything else that is in your phone in order to find the things that they're looking for, particularly when they write these warrants in broad ways that say things like, we're looking for any evidence of witness intimidation on the phone, that's like not restraining at all. That could be anything. And so it just basically gives them wholesale authorization to be able to go through your phone. What I've argued is that there have been technological advances with the types of extractions that can be done. We heard a little bit about that at trial as well. How they have like the advanced logical extraction, the logical extraction, the full system extraction, things like that. So you are able to more target now what it is that you're looking for. So I've argued that police need to do that. They need to not be just taking everything that is available from your device and then having that there where all you have is the pinky swear of a police officer that they haven't gone through anything and everything, because there's no way to verify whether they're telling the truth or not. But if we limit what they're actually able to take out of the phone and look into, then we have some assurance that people's privacy rights aren't being violated. This is not an issue that I have found the courts to be interested in at all. To me, it's massive. So much of our lives resides in our phones. And so just the lack of concern for the normal privacy limits that we have in the analog world with, your physical papers and things like that, just are not translating well into this new digital universe. And it's given the police access to a massive amount of information that they wouldn't otherwise be able to get.
Yeah, that's insane. And Turtle Boy's in the chat saying that they took every device, not some that weren't even his.
Mhm.
If they have a warrant for the house and they have a warrant for his devices, can they legally take devices that don't belong to him?
They will, because they'll say we can't verify who it belongs to until we go in and do the data dump and then get the information about what they call dominion and control. They'll assume that anything in Aidan's house, Aidan has access to, so Aidan has dominion and control over it. Therefore, he could be using it for any of these nefarious purposes. And it really ends up flipping the burden of proof, because normally, of course, the police are supposed to prove we have probable cause to believe that evidence of a crime is found in this specific device. But they have found all of these ways to work around that by, for example, just any device that Aidan may have used to, we believe Aidan may have had devices available to him in his phone that he would be able to use for this purposes. In our training and experience, people will sometimes use other people's devices in order to, conceal the tracks of their criminal activity or whatever. They'll put some kind of bullshit like that in their warrant, and just rely on that then to be able to go in and take everything and say, okay, we'll just go in and dump it all, and we'll poke through and we'll see if we see any evidence that maybe Turtle Boy has used the phone.
Wow. That's
It's
crazy.
a mess. I mean, it's really a nightmare. This whole digital universe has really destroyed so many of the old rules that we had about privacy. The courts are always like at least a decade behind on tech issues. And with cell phones, it's not a good world that we're in right now.
Clearly, our forefathers didn't predict cell phones and
No.
computers, and they weren't thinking anything of the sort.
No.
So, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's why people are like, what the forefathers had in mind. I hate that argument, because people will say, well, the forefathers had in mind, it doesn't really apply because of this, because of that. And it's just like, no, if you look at the core of what they were trying to do, like there's a core to what they were trying to do. And
Yes.
everything applies. Like you can absolutely make laws in regards to tech that are constitutional, that are still, I mean, that's what makes what our forefathers had in mind so beautiful and amazing, because it's adaptable to anything. Like it is what it is. Like you're free. You have the freedom of speech. It is, people say, oh, well, that's my favorite argument right there. People go, oh, well, freedom of speech isn't absolute. And I'm like, it absolutely is. I don't care what you say. And they go, oh, no. Well, our forefathers didn't keep in mind this and that. I don't care. Like,
if you go back and like read the old newspapers during like the election season and stuff, and the things that those people would say about each other, like, yeah, they had a much more absolutist view of the First Amendment in many respects than we have in this day and age.
Right. It was the whole attitude was like, no more. Like the whole point is, I want to be an independent human being. And by that, I mean, you or nobody else gets to tell me what to do with me or mine, period. Yeah. That's it. And I have the freedom to make money how I want, as long as I'm not messing with somebody else's. You know what I'm saying? There's people with these political views that just start to make excuses for their views of things and twist what this was. No, you're not going to sit here and try to misdirect me from what John Adams had in mind. I know what the man had in mind. Stop it.
Yes. It's very simple. What the founders had in mind was very simple. They had in mind a tyrannical government that respected no rule beyond its own authority and its own desire to do whatever it wanted. And the founders recognized basic human dignity, the rights endowed by our creator and so forth, that humans have certain fundamental rights that a government that is not tyrannical will respect. And if you bear those principles in mind, it's really generally not that hard to get at least in the ballpark of where you should be with any particular policy.
Right. It's really just like common sense.
You can't.
There's a time date range that's in my search one. I'll tailor my search to that. I'm happy to have this conversation, you, but not here, so we can keep
Why not?
Moving. Sure.
So why don't we? I'm going to go to the barracks too.
When's the next time we can see you?
Me?
Yeah.
At the barracks.
Like after the conduct the search?
No.
Okay.
This is someone else who's doing the search.
Gotcha. All right.
Tully's getting off on this.
Mhm.
You know, like
Oh,
he's
yeah.
loving every second of this.
Yeah, drunk on his own power.
Absolutely. Like he was dying for this. Like he was dying for this moment to be able to be in his house saying, now I've got you by the balls.
Yeah.
Pathetic.
Yeah.
Do you know exactly where the medication is in your?
I do.
Okay, let's go. Watch him down the stairs. Whereabouts?
Right in the middle. Nope, in the middle. Like, nope. Towards.
Thank you. Help me,
in front of the
Rhonda.
water bottles.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah, that one.
one bottle.
Yeah, that one.
Go put the belt on, all right?
Yep.
Is that good for you?
Okay.
Window? That's good. Okay.
All right. I'll hang on to this.
I'll take a cell phone.
Okay.
You take the wallet.
Okay. In the medication. We're just gonna go back and get him situated back at the barracks.
Yep.
We'll meet you back there.
I'll call, have him open up a call. Yep.
Okay.
And then secure him and I'll be there in 5 minutes.
Okay.
They love this shit.
Question about him logging. We don't want his name on the login because it'll come up on
Wow.
Stay with me.
Yeah. I'll log in. Okay. Okay. Very good.
Grandma's house clear?
Yep. No, I can't.
And Fanning's there too. That's something that I completely forgot about. Fanning was there too, along with Tully. So Fanning,
And why was he needed?
right? It's not suspicious at all that Fanning was also overseeing the jury on in the first Karen Reed trial. That's
Yeah.
not.
Well, for a guy of his rank to be out on an action like this, quite uncommon.
Fanning searched with Tully as well, and then you've got Fanning's involvement in the Sandra Birchmore case, and that's a whole nother monster.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah, that's right.
This is dirty, dirty, dirty.
Are you going once transport moves out, we can pull into the driveway and we can, the residence is clear, no occupants, deactivate.
I'm assuming the DLT already told him we were coming. You want to take the seatbelt off at least? Take it off. You should be getting out of here in a minute.
Cool, thanks.
Did he already tell you the deal? We're just going to basically book you here, fingerprint you, and then drive you to court?
Yeah.
Aidan knows why he's being arrested right now, but he doesn't know why he's being arrested.
Mm-hmm.
And I can only imagine how scared he is with that confusion. And he's not letting them know. And I love that. Like, he's not giving them one fucking hint. He's like, nope, like, I'm not giving you fuckers the satisfaction. I know exactly what you're doing. And I know I didn't do anything wrong. And I'm going to beat these charges. I expected this, but didn't think you were so fucking brazen to do it.
Yeah.
You know, like that's what's going
Well,
on.
the
here.
question, obviously keeps coming up. So you can't picket people in Massachusetts? So you're saying you can't picket people?
What?
That's
Oh,
news.
man. We crossed the $5,000 mark. Let's go,
Yes.
guys. We got 6 more hours left. I know we can hit 20K, guys. I know we can. You guys are killing it. If we could reach 20K for each of the 3 live streams we did for Karen, I know we can hit 20K for Aidan. I know we can. You guys are so awesome so far. Thank you, guys.
After seeing that, I had to run and look for myself and see what the hell does Massachusetts have going on as far as their rules for getting people into court. Because I'll tell you, normally in a situation where you have somebody that doesn't have any criminal history and you have offenses that are not violent, they're, you know, low level types of offenses, you summons them into court. You don't go in and get an arrest warrant. And so the Massachusetts rules apparently say a defendant not under arrest or otherwise in custody shall, except as provided in this other part of the rule, be notified of the criminal proceedings against him and of the date of the return and day by means of a summons. You shall is like mandatory language in the law. Like that tells you what you're supposed to do. That's supposed to be your default, is they're supposed to summons you in. But right, there's this little exception. And what's that exception for? A warrant. The district court may authorize the issuance of a warrant in any case except where the accused is a juvenile less than 12 years of age. This is wild to me, okay?
Wow.
I have never heard such broad authorization for, if the court feels like it, they can just go ahead and issue a warrant to bring you in. Upon the return of an indictment against a defendant, the superior court may authorize the issuance of a warrant. The decision to issue a warrant may be based upon the representation of a prosecutor made to the court that the defendant may not appear unless arrested. So, you know, it's nice if that happens. That's like the freaking norm everywhere. But apparently in Massachusetts, it's like, well, if you feel like kind of dotting that I and crossing that T, you can, but it's just sort of optional. You know, really, if you feel like issuing a warrant for any reason, you can.
Crazy.
It's wild.
It's so crazy. And the law that they're using to charge him is just as broad, which is just like,
oh, yeah.
Oh, you know, you can't picket or hurt the feelings basically of a potential witness, which is fucking anybody. Anybody's a potential witness, technically. You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah.
What does potential mean?
I was very interested in the whole motion to dismiss proceedings in the cases, because it just, I was dying to see, like, how are they going to rationalize around the constitutionality of this statute? I know they're going to, right? Because it's a conviction production machine. It's not a justice system. So they're gonna find a reason to say, oh, this is all totally okay and doesn't violate people's constitutional rights. But to me, the first time I went and read that statute, it's like, I can't, it's so overbroad. It's obviously encroaching on so much protected activity. I just, it's mind blowing to me. It should have been thrown out at that point, in my opinion.
Like,
this is basic stuff we learn in law school, in like the first or second year in law school when you take constitutional law. It's fundamental to the First Amendment that it has to be extremely narrowly tailored. Like, yes, okay, the jurisprudence says there can be some restrictions on speech. There are some interests that are so grave that they will warrant that type of protection. And so protecting the integrity of the judicial system is very important, and we do need to further that. But if you're going to do that, the restrictions that you impose must be narrowly tailored. They must only hit that conduct, not sweep up any other kind of protected speech. And they also need to be effective at what it's actually doing. The law needs to be not over inclusive. It needs to be also not under inclusive. And so, yeah, this statute, it violates all of those principles right there on its face. This is basic bar exam stuff. Like any law student, I think, would be able to look at this and be like, wow, that is so obviously over inclusive, because it's going to sweep up all of this stuff that you have a constitutional right to be able to do, as we even see just from the outcome of the motion to dismiss, right? A bunch of these charges get thrown out because it's constitutionally protected. It's crazy to me sometimes the lengths that courts will go to justify continuing these prosecutions against people. One of the most frustrating things about the system is its concern about form over substance. The form gets elevated over the substance 99 times out of 100. Form over substance is just one of the characteristics of our legal system, and that's why the judge won't stand up and say, this law is clearly problematic, this prosecution is clearly problematic. He's going to make us go through he seems like a decent judge. Is it Judge Doolin? Yeah, he seems like a decent judge. Like, what a nice break from Bev.
Right.
But
It was the ball
natural
breaker.
to the system and to the way that judges think that the process is paramount.
Yeah. Bring him in right here. Bring him in here. Okay. Upstairs? Yes. Yes, sir. To the left. Down the hall. Down the hall. First door on the left. Thank you. Sir, good morning. Great. I'm going to hang out in here. I'll take those off. You don't have a seat. Store this up. All right.
Mr. Connie, I'm sorry before I'm in charge of the barracks there. You injured? No. Oh, great. He does have medication, wallet in hand as of right now. You got yours activated, I'll come mine. Yep, where's the,
Is it K-E-A-R anymore? I believe so. K-E-I-D.
A-N.
Dumbasses.
Hey, what is it?
Yeah, everyone spells it wrong. It's A-I-D-A-N.
He's all sick of that shit.
A-I-D-A-N.
A-I-D. All right, very good.
Take those cuffs off. Stand up for me.
Ben?
Yeah. So I can take them off for you.
When I make a phone call,
Yes, sir.
I don't know anyone's phone number.
Okay.
It's in my phone.
All right.
How does that work?
You're gonna have to talk to the DLT about that. I've never dealt with anything like that.
What's the DLT?
Tell him. Okay. Yes.
All right.
Just gonna hook up. One of your hands, your righty or lefty?
I'm ready.
Just hook your left hand up. Thank you. Just put it down here.
You can pee it before I leave, right? It's almost
Absolutely. You want to pee right now?
I'll wait until the last
Okay.
second.
Thank you.
Myself and trying to transport the problem. Yeah.
And he still doesn't have all his tech back.
Yeah.
Still
That doesn't
doesn't
surprise
have
me
it.
at all. I mean,
They-
Karen's done with her trial and she doesn't have her stuff back yet, right?
Right. And Brian Walsh got his the next day.
Are
Andrea.
you serious?
The next
There's no reason for them to
day.
keep it. See, that's one of the things that's
Proctor
so
gave
frustrating
it back to
me.
him the next
You've
day.
extracted
Proctor gave
it.
back to him.
Yeah, there's nothing else you need from it. The physical phone is not helpful evidence. Give it back.
Unreal.
463.
My last name?
Trial TRY1.
And I really appreciate you being here, by the way. This is really a treat. Like, I've been wanting to stream with you for a long time.
Oh,
This
it's
is
my
awesome.
pleasure. Yeah, I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm glad we got to connect.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Thank you so much. And everybody here appreciates it too. I know it.
I will bring the kittens on. I'm waiting till I'm about to have to dip because once they wake up, they will charge me like the Sioux coming over Greasy Grass Ridge at Little Bighorn, and so I don't want to be too distracted by that.
I hope you guys found that footage. Sure for you. It's been 2 months now. 2 months.
The funny thing is he's in a position to ask questions. Why not? That's what he
Yeah.
does. If I'm getting arrested for it, I might as well, see what I could come up with here. You guys find that Ford Edge yet or what? He asked if they found the Ford Edge that Lucky Lawford saw in front of 34 Fairview. And you know, why not? Throw some shit at the wall, see if it sticks. Why not?
You don't know if you won't ask.
Exactly.
You guys ever find him was driving that Ford Edge? I'm not gonna talk to you about it. I'm just wondering. I'm just wondering if you found it. Get the paperwork? No, that's just yours. Okay, hold on. Let me get the R1 and all that. It was found 3 hours. It was seen 3 hours before a dead cop was found there. So it seems kind of important. But I know this is a priority too, right? Right now I'm booking you and you're in custody, so I'm gonna try and get you out of here quickly as I can. Just a middleman. Let's do it.